Los Angeles is the epicenter of the world's film and media industries, and it adds a generous glow of starlight over the Southern California coastline. Nevertheless, LA has so much more to it than just its Hollywood hills. It's an urban center that presents you with numerous personalities and distinctive communities, all of which provide something exciting for visitors. There are a lot of things going on that you're going to want to give yourself a great deal of time to explore. Its monumental urban footprint stitches together sun-kissed, optimistic neighborhoods that are popular on whichever side of the pond. All in all, Los Angeles is a place full of things to do and spectacular tourist attractions, from museums to retail stores to golden beaches. Number 10. Walk of Fame. While downtown LA often ranks low on people's travel plans, it's worth more than a few hours of your precious time. What many might miss is just how noteworthy the Walk of Fame is. It's an absolute must-see for any film buff, as well as those who simply love the entertainment industry. Whether you're traveling by car or using public transit, getting to the Walk of Fame is simple and fast. If you plan to get there by car, you'll find metered parking spots everywhere throughout the boulevard. Alternatively, you can avoid worrying about your vehicle and hop on the subway. If you'd like to spend a night out, accommodation options are abundant. You can book a room at the cost-effective Same Sun Hollywood or the storied The Hollywood Roosevelt. Built in the 1920s, its historic guest list boasts names like Marilyn Monroe and other iconic celebrities. Number 9. Griffith Park. You can see almost every corner of Los Angeles from the legendary Griffith Park. Its woodland slopes and lush picnic areas are surrounded by the river on its northern edge and Los Feliz on its southern border. Nonetheless, its traditions and tales reach far beyond. The park was the location where Walt Disney envisioned Disneyland. This place also performed its spell in the movie La La Land when the two main characters took over a seating area adjacent to the observatory and started dancing their way into love. Since its inception, the park has grown to a little more than 4,300 acres of open countryside. Due to its vast size, there are plenty of entrances that lead to the park, and you may use any of them regardless of where you want to go in the area. Number 8. Walt Disney Concert Hall. Positioned on Grand Avenue in DTLA, Walt Disney Concert Hall became the icon of the city the moment it opened its gates to the general public in 2003. It was created by building designer Frank Gehry and now houses the Los Angeles Philharmonic. This place has earned worldwide recognition and praise from audience members for its dazzling and remarkable sound. On top of that, the lineup of performances at this place includes everyone from legendary artists to young talents performing classical, jazz tunes, and many more musical genres. Visitors may discover Walt Disney Concert Hall on a self-guided tour. Narrated by actor John Lithgow, the walking tour shares the history of the place from creation to completion, as well as insights from key contributors. No reservation is needed to take part in the tour. Number 7. Santa Monica Pier. Once at the conclusion of the infamous Route 66, this much-photographed dock is the city's most intriguing landmark. It's ruled by the Pacific Park Amusement Complex with a series of arcade and carnival games. It's most appealing when pictured by California sunsets. The pier stretches roughly a quarter mile onto the Pacific, so you can take a walk to the edge and lose your thoughts in the blue-green water. Kids can get their adrenaline rush on at the solar-powered Ferris wheel. The ticket's only a fraction of what you'd pay at Universal Studios. Number 6. Venice Beach. Venice Beach is a widely recognized spot that's prominent for its distinctive history and laid-back atmosphere. The street performers happen to be particularly fascinating. No matter what you do here, you're sure to enjoy an exceptional visit to Venice Beach. The skate park often calls some of the region's talents to show off their abilities in front of those watching. You can see some outstanding tricks from the gifted skaters. While not as fascinating as you might believe it is, Muscle Beach actually also offers a fun vibe. In the middle section where the skate park exists, you'll find a couple of notable art pieces. It's an excellent spot to take images and provide a captivating contrast to the sandy shoreline. There are typically a few street performers throughout the boardwalk that are displaying their artistic abilities. Number 5. Rodeo Drive. Although Rodeo Drive's past goes back as far as the late 1700s, it only began to become known in the 1970s as a top destination for exclusive clothing. One of the earliest outlets to make an appearance here was Giorgio Armani. Today it's home to over 100 high-end retail stores. Rodeo Drive typically becomes crowded with Angelenos and an abundance of tourists. So if you intend on shopping in comfort and peace, it's best to stroll down the strip on a weekday. Most stores stay open until 6 in the evening, and a handful of them don't accept visitors on Sundays. Rodeo Drive is not just about buying things, it's also a haven for foodies. There's a wide variety of dining options, from upscale restaurants to casual coffee shops. No matter where you go, the dining experience here is exquisite. Number 4. Universal Studios Hollywood. Universal Studios Hollywood is an amusement park like nothing else. The film studio initially got into tourist attractions with a train tour in the 1960s, but has since grown into a true theme park with exciting attractions, immersive entertainment options, and mouth-watering cuisine. The park has gone through an upward trend of growth over the last 10 years, including the significant addition of the Harry Potter world. While the area is less extensive than its equivalent in Florida, it provides its greatest hits, such as the popular Ollivanders. Unlike other recreational areas, this ultimate Hollywood destination is surprisingly much less costly than you might have imagined. Using an adaptive ticket pricing framework, the cost is determined by the time of your trip, with weekends and public holidays leveled higher. Number 3. Chinatown. Located near the city's cultural center, Chinatown has become one of LA's most popular neighborhoods. It's the first of its kind that actually belongs to Chinese residents. The area now endures a modern-day renaissance with anything from the hottest restaurants to contemporary art museums. Here you can find a mix of new and old eating establishments that cater to all kinds of palates. Enjoy dim sum offerings at Golden Dragon and chewy chow noodle dishes at Kim Choi. There are also soothing soup bowls at the legendary Pho 87 and delectable banh mi at the area's Golden Lake Eatery. Number 2. Disneyland Resort. Disneyland is definitely one of those places you fantasize about visiting all the time. It's roughly a 30-minute drive from central Los Angeles and is the location of 2 iconic amusement parks. In addition, there are also 3 Disney hotels as well as an area for retail. There are 9 themed zones all throughout the 40-hectare Disneyland park. On the other hand, there's a total of 8 theme zones in the Disney California Adventure Park. Winter tends to be a more peaceful period for going to these theme parks. To get the most out of your visit, make sure you arrive an hour ahead of the official theme park operational hours. Book the multi-day tickets for Disneyland Resort, as the recreational areas are expansive and you basically can't witness the entire wonder in one day. Number 1. The Grove. Making a trip to the Grove makes for one of the best strategies to get under the skin of Los Angeles. This open marketplace is regarded as the number 1 spot for eating, shopping, and amusement in Southern California. You can kick back outside in the large center park, which exhibits a lively fountain show on a regular basis. The nearby Original Farmers Market serves as a place where locals pick up nutritious produce and fresh flowers. The takeaway. Los Angeles has historically been looked down on when compared to its East Coast counterparts. But now that everybody else in the world is finally catching up with California's wellness and art obsession, the city seems to be experiencing something of a moment. No longer regarded as a cultural wasteland, LA has become packed with sprawling urban neighborhoods. Each of them has its own unique personality, from the luxurious boutiques on Rodeo Drive to the beachfront scene of Santa Monica. The lack of transportation options can be an issue for visitors since the metro system is in the midst of significant expansion, but it's easier than you might initially believe to navigate among the numerous neighborhoods. Guys, make sure to check out the best hotels in the City of Angels being displayed on your screen.